episode 269 of Magic the Amateuring.
That's right, everyone. You're listening to a podcast for people who are new to the game of Magic, returning to the game of Magic, want to learn better or improve at the game of Magic, and game of Magic, game of Magic, game of Magic.
I'm one of your hosts, Game of Magic.
I'm another one of your hosts, Magic Game.
Wow, how fortuitous that our parents named us these names.
Exactly. It's almost as though we were destined to grow up and host this podcast.
You know, when I started playing my first game of Magic, I thought to myself, I'm playing a game that is literally my name. Wild.
Yeah, when I first started playing Magic, I was like, this feels as though I already knew it and have always known it.
Oh, spooky.
Spooky.
Spooky. It's kind of like maybe your mom went to a Magic tournament while she was pregnant with you.
I'm pretty sure my mom had no idea what Magic was.
Did you play with Magic cards as a child incorrectly?
I don't think so, no.
I have a memory of it.
You do?
Yes. I hadn't thought about it for a long time until somebody was like, when was the first time you played? You know, and I'm thinking back to, you know, October of 5 years ago. But then I thought to myself, I'm like, no. I remember as a youth playing with a pile of unsleeved cards, one of which was, I believe, Shivan Dragon.
Yeah,
Or some
classic
dragon. And my sister and I were playing. We have no idea what we're doing, but we're given them from a high school student because we hung out with high school students all the time from the theater department. And of course, those nerds are going to have Magic cards.
Yeah.
And I just remember us playing some form of the game, not sure what we were doing, but I just knew that whoever had the dragon won.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So yeah.
I remember the first
Weird.
time, I remember what I think was the first time someone mentioned Magic around me.
Oh, yeah.
Which was in college. I had been hanging out with friends, and then some of them were like, oh, we're going to go play Magic now. And I was like, that sounds super nerdy. I don't know what that is. I'm going to go do infinitely more cool things.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
I'm sure that's what I was doing.
I was always so cool.
I was always cool. Never not been super cool.
On today's show, we've got lots of definitely not nerdy and super cool things to talk about.
That's right.
Whew, and one of those things is Masters 25.
Yeah, we've been out there cracking packs, playing games.
In the real world and online, playing some Masters 25.
Yep.
And so we're going to give you our thoughts on the set and what we've kind of been seeing, our first reactions. And we've got a pack or two here of Masters 25.
Ooh, that we're going to crack.
We're going to crack one of these for Flavor Text Theater and see. Hopefully we can pull that foiled Jace.
Yeah.
I feel like Jace is in one of these.
We're also, of course, going to continue Mechanics Forever.
Part 3.
That's right. It might be, for now, the final part of
chapter.
Mechanics Forever.
Wow.
Where we go through and we talk about some of the weirdest, the wildest, the most
strangest,
unhinged. Actually, none of them are unhinged.
No. No, they're not.
Because they're not in the set unhinged,
No.
I don't think.
And we're starting with an exciting one that we left off with last time.
That's
that
right.
we ended with. I'm very excited for it.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about GP Phoenix this past weekend, which was Modern. And
Yes.
every single deck in the top 8, I believe, I'll have to check myself
They're all different.
before I wreck myself. Yeah, they're all different.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Awesome.
Don't worry about it. I got you.
Okay.
They're all
Sick.
different. Pretty cool.
I'm excited.
Also, don't forget, it is #New Player Month.
Yay!
People have been melting our cold, cold hearts.
My heart is made of an ice lion.
That's right, but it doesn't matter because the pictures that people are tweeting at us with the #New Player Month of players that they are teaching, brand new Magic the Gathering players
So
that they're
cute.
teaching, are all infinitely adorable. So if you want to be entered in that super special New Player Month drawing for a sweet set of rookie decks and a playmat from Card Kingdom, some great, awesome learning tools, remember to tweet at us a picture of someone that you are teaching to play Magic this month with the #New Player Month at MTAcast.
And you know, we were just out in Seattle and we dropped by Card Kingdom.
Yeah.
And I just want to talk about them for a second because they're the sponsor of the show.
They are.
And we love dropping in at Mox Boarding House. It is a fantastic place to play Magic if you're ever in Seattle. Don't
also
miss
some
it.
other wild games that we stopped and played.
Oh, yeah.
Maria and I finally picked up a copy of a game we've been trying to get our hands on for forever.
Yeah.
And they've got it.
They had it.
They had it.
So Card Kingdom, man. And I just also picked up this, which I want to include in our giveaway at the end of the month, our general.
For those of you only listening and not watching, Maria is holding a deck box that has a different cat with a background of laser lights.
On each side.
On each side.
Yeah, this deck box is
sick.
The best.
It's the best deck box.
You can win it in our March giveaway. You'll see the Gleam link in the podcast show notes or underneath the YouTube video. It includes this beautiful cat laser deck box.
Yeah.
These super sweet, appropriately colored dies.
Purple and yellow.
And you got to open this playmat because it's so epic.
I'm going to show everybody the playmat that you can win. And this was all part of their
Magic for Her giveaway.
Yes.
Or what am I saying? Promotion.
Yes.
No, it is 2 unicorns.
It's amazing.
Standing in front of a rainbow.
It's incredible.
How can you say no to this?
Yeah. Magic for Her, of course, their parody fundraiser.
Yeah. It's
this
going
month.
But it's very real proceeds going to the Cyber Smile Foundation, which combats online bullying. And you can buy this package if you're like, I'm not lucky, I'm not going to win your Gleam giveaway. And yeah, I mean, like, all right,
fair enough.
Sure.
But also that attitude's getting you nowhere.
Why not try to win? But if you don't, you can go to cardkingdom.com/MTAcast and look for Magic for Her. And you can buy this package, which is this sweet cat deck box, this playmat, these dice for like $30 or less.
Yeah.
And you can also buy other sweet Magic for Her promotional items, which are the pink battle decks and there's another cat playmat. I remember that you can buy there for Magic. It's like really cool stuff. And of course, going to a great cause. So, win, 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 win. Card Kingdom.
Win.
Awesome.
And if you get your own and you also win our giveaway, you can just give it to somebody else.
Yeah. Or just give it away. And they'll be like, oh my gosh,
this is amazing.
Cat deck box. Are you kidding me? I'm going to be using this.
Freaking kidding me?
At GP Seattle coming up in a few weeks.
Yeah.
I will be there. Meghan will be there. I'll be slinging with this cat deck box and that playmat.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to see me from a mile away.
Amazing.
We also want to say thank you to all of the people who support the show on patreon.com/MTAcast. Thank you for being a part of the Magic the Amateuring family. It's a real word.
Yeah. We so appreciate everything that you do for the show, from making possible things like New Player Month and our brand new Magic 101 series, which is up every Monday, giving people the very, very fundamentals of how to play Magic, to our weekly videos, which come out on Wednesdays.
Yep.
Which this week might include another hot chip challenge with by far the hottest chips yet.
We haven't shot it yet as of this recording, and I'm nervous that I might be dead after.
So between now and 2 days from now, we're gonna have eaten a lot of very spicy chips
for your entertainment.
For your entertainment, and things like Old Salt Mountain. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. We can't describe what it is. It's simply a video you have to see for yourself.
So true.
All of that and more is made possible by the people who support the show. So if you are able to, please consider as little as $5 a month. Helps us keep the show going. It helps keep us on the airwaves and on the video waves, which are a thing.
Yes,
for the people who might not be able to chip in right now.
Yeah.
But still enjoy having the content. So please consider it.
And I hear all the time people say, I can't believe how few subscribers you have or whatever. And you know what? For whatever the reason for that is, if you think that we're great, and we hope that you do because we think you're great, consider becoming a member and bumping that number up for us, or hitting subscribe on youtube.com/MTAcast.
Both are great.
Masters 25.
That's right, everybody. We drafted some sick decks.
We sure did.
Yeah, we did.
We drafted it, and I felt pretty cool cracking some Masters 25 packs. Like, no big deal. I'm just
I really did.
Some value.
Look, this is just some history right before my very eyes.
All encased in this one pack of Magic. So there's a card in Masters 25 from every set.
Every single set.
That's cool.
It's amazing. And like just thinking about the work that went into this of crafting a set.
That's hard.
Where it's just like every change that you make, it's like, oh, well, if we take out this card from this set, we have to find a replacement card from this set. And you're like, balancing it. What an awesome amount of work goes into that.
Insane. And I got some sweet value too. I opened a Thalia. Which one?
Guardian of
Thraben. And so that's worth some dollar signs, I think, at the very least. But I ended up drafting what did I draft? A blue-white Flyers deck in my first draft. Blue-white Flyers. So they have cards like Ghost Ship, which is just a really cool flyer that you can regenerate, and just like a ton of little.
I also drafted
dudes.
a Ghost Ship. I love Ghost Ship.
Ghost Ship is good. What colors were you in for the first one?
The very first one I drafted blue-black.
Okay.
And I had like a Plague Wind, which is 9 mana. But boy, does it get a job done.
It just destroy.
It destroys all of your opponent's creatures.
Sick.
And they can't be regenerated.
Did you cast it?
I did cast it.
Nice.
It was great. It was real great, especially since there were some regenerating creatures.
Oh, yeah.
But they couldn't regenerate.
No.
It says that they can't be regenerated.
Everybody gets sick from a Plague Wind.
Exactly. I had a Ghost Ship. Ghost Ship was one of my favorites. I'm trying to think. I had like some ways to get some stuff back from the graveyard. I had so many morphs. Do you know what?
Morph.
I miss
so many
morph.
Morph's great. But I was it raised my blood pressure when my opponent played a morph because I wasn't completely familiar with all the morphs in the set.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, not $15, but like 10 $10. Okay.
Yeah.
Thalia. Nice job.
Anyways, yeah. So I was very I just love having morphs again. I missed morph, you guys.
It's a good mechanic.
It's great. I felt so great. And I had honestly a bunch of them in my deck. So playing a bunch of morphs and kind of putting my opponent on the spot again for do you want to block this? It could, who knows what it could be? It could be a Ruthless Ripper. That card was awesome.
Yes, that card exists in this set.
I love Ruthless Ripper.
It could be the silly little 06.
Yes, it could be. Yeah, it could be the 06 because I also had that. The
Dragon's Eye Savants.
Yes. I had the 3/2 that's unblockable.
Oh yeah, great.
That can't be blocked.
Master of the Mystic of the Hidden Way.
Gosh, love that card. I also got to use a blue elemental blast on an opponent's red spell so that I didn't die. That was great. I obviously sideboarded it in.
Do you know what I played for the first time in my life? Merfolk Looter.
Ooh, how did you like it?
I loved it.
Of course.
You know what they say, always loot, and I sure did. Speaking of morphs, though, can I just point out one card from this set?
Yeah.
Vesuvian Shapeshifter.
Okay.
I did not know this card was a thing, but I played against it. And as you might guess, I lost 3 blue for a 0/0 creature shapeshifter. As it enters the battlefield or is turned face up, you may choose another creature on the battlefield. If you do, until Vesuvian Shapeshifter is turned face down, it becomes a copy of the creature and gains at the beginning of your upkeep. You may turn this creature face down, morph cost of 1 and a blue.
Wow.
So you can just continually be the best card on the board.
It.
Yeah.
Flip it face down and then pay 2, flip it face up.
Face up. I'm a new thing.
Wow. That's pretty great.
Yeah, it was back-breaking to say the least, but super cool.
That's pretty amazing. I did get did in by what is, I think, one of the hottest decks of this format.
Hit me.
Hordling Outburst, Trumpet Blast.
Yes.
Hordling Outburst. What a card still.
And green red's a thing because also there's Echoing Truth, which will give +2/+2 to any creature, and then any other creature the same name as that creature.
Oh yeah, Goblin tokens all have the same name.
So you could do
They're
that.
like, we're all Goblin tokens.
Pew, 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 pew,
Give
pew,
us
pew.
all +2/+2.
Yeah, for sure. That's a real deck.
Yeah, this one was like a red-black aggro.
Oh, nice.
So it had a bunch of Kindles, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Kindle is the one that deals 2 and then +1 for every Kindle in the graveyard.
It's like Garbage Fire.
Yeah, it's great.
I love that.
Kindle is sick. Murder. I had Murder cast. I cast Murder.
You played
Both
against, I think I remember you playing against, or you had a Nazumi Cutthroat, which was one of our preview cards.
Oh,
just a
yeah.
little rat with fear.
There were a lot of them in our draft, I felt like.
I
also
mean,
saw a Ratcatcher.
I wouldn't be able to block it.
But I wasn't in black when Ratcatcher came around.
But
I didn't have Nazumi Cutthroat. I had Relentless Rats.
Oh, okay.
I had some copies of Relentless Rats.
And you know what I remembered as I attempted to block a creature with fear with my morph?
What?
That's colorless, not
artifact.
An artifact.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Whoops.
Huh. It feels like that should work.
I know, doesn't it?
It really does.
Because
Because it doesn't have a color.
No color.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, that's not how it works.
Doesn't work.
Ravenous Chupacabra making its way into the set.
I
mean, what a great card.
Yeah.
Man, Ruthless Ripper, though. When I saw that card, I was just like, oh.
Ruth's great.
What memories.
Yeah, and Woolly Loxodon is in this set, which is
another great morph.
Another morph from Tons of Karkir.
Tons of Karkir.
And remains great in green.
Yeah.
The second deck we drafted was a red-green deck. We drafted this together in Magic Online. We had 3 copies of Chandra's Outrage.
What a card.
Which, incredible.
It's great.
Love it.
It's great. We also had 1 million Woolly Loxodons.
Yeah.
Mono Woolly Loxodon deck.
Mono Lox.
So we also got beat bad by one of my favorite things that happened.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Which was Hedron Crab.
Yep.
Which is the one where you can pay. It's a 1/3. You can pay blue to untap it.
Yeah.
So,
and you're like, why am I ever playing this card
yes.
in any deck ever?
Well, our opponent had first. There's the artifact that costs 4 to equip, and then you tap the creature, and it deals 2 damage to an opponent or a creature.
Yeah.
I should say to a player or to a creature. But then the creature doesn't untap.
Yeah.
Is part of the text of this artifact.
Hedron
Make it have
Crab.
a drawback. Except Hedron Crab, you can pay blue and untap it. So you can ping your opponent for 2 as many times as you can untap Hedron Crab with blue mana.
Disgusting.
Yes. And then also, they also had Presence of Gond. 2 and a green enchantment aura. Enchanted creature has tap, create a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token.
Gross!
So if you they had these 2 things to put on their crab that abuse that untap ability.
And you know what else they did?
They also had white mana for God's Willing.
They did it right.
Because every time we tried to kill that stupid crab.
Nope. God's
willing. It was just like God's willing.
God's
it's
willing.
Like, it gives it protection from a color.
God's willing.
Like God's willing. Oh boy.
And you know what too? I was like, what is this white doing in this green-blue deck?
Yeah.
There's no reason for it. They had a couple Squadron Hawks.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
what is it doing?
Doing God's willing. I just know it. It's so smart. Because there's no way. Because once they have this combo online, it's inevitable, right? They're just gonna win.
Yeah. Oh, especially the artifact. I'm trying to find the name for it because, dealing 2, if you have 4 islands up, if you have 4 blue mana up,
yeah,
you can 8 your opponent in a turn.
Yeah,
it's just
GG.
Casual, 8 damage to you.
I was gonna say too. There's a really neat kind of sub theme here, which is assembly workers. Which self-assembler you may remember, which is a 4/4.
Heavy Arbalest was what I was thinking of. Heavy Arbalest. Okay.
So assembly worker is 5 mana for a 4/4, and it can go find another assembly worker when you play it.
This is self-assembler.
Or self-assembler.
Yeah.
And then if you want, you can find another one.
Yeah.
Or you can just go literally get the card called Assembly Worker, which taps to give an Assembly Worker +1/+1.
I love that this creature's name, the card is Assembly Worker, artifact creature, Assembly Worker. Poor thing.
Doesn't even have a name.
Didn't even get a real name.
And there's Mishra's, which one is it? Workshop, which can also give +1/+1 to assembly workers.
Yeah.
So I played this opponent who had self-assemblers, had assembly workers, and had 2 copies of Mishra's Workshop. And was able to just sit there and be like, attack. And there was absolutely nothing I could do. There's no good blocks I have because not only had the potential to pump it 3 times, any of them, but also had the morph that I described at the beginning of this segment that could also turn into, if wanted, one other assembly worker. So my 06 couldn't even block it because it had 7 power.
Wow.
It's a real deck. Is that a card you passed?
No, I opened this and took it.
Megan, which card did you just bank on?
Wow, I did not realize. So I mentioned earlier that I had a coalition relic. I didn't mention that it was a foil coalition relic that I opened and picked in the draft that we did in paper. All right, cool.
Wow, you beat me there.
That's pretty sick.
It's $90.
I did not realize that when I took it.
Oh, sick.
No, that's the original.
Oh, the original.
This one's
45. All right, that's still good.
Wow.
Fun times.
I did not know.
Now I want to go through and be like, did I Did I probably passed something and I don't even know it. I didn't even know it. That's pretty sweet. So yeah, Masters 25 online, in stores. Try it out. It's got some very powerful strategies, and I think it's kind of a tough nut to crack. It's not necessarily, doesn't feel the same as drafting.
It's not super synergistic.
Not synergistic, yeah.
It's very much just like a very classic draft strategy.
Right.
Of just like, hey, are you going to go super aggro with like trumpet blast effects or like echoing truth effects? Are you gonna go like combo oriented, which is pretty cool?
Crab.
Are you going to go very controlling with like lots of removal, like lots of murders, lots of Chandra's outrage, that sort of thing, lots of kindles? Because you certainly can.
Yeah, and you can draft 5 color. There's fixing in cards like cultivate.
Yeah.
And I'll say this. One last thing is the big creatures are in green, which seems like a dumb moment, but in the other colors, they don't really have any big creatures.
That's true.
They're small. So, yeah. I don't know if that's helpful information to you, but there you go. Yeah, Masters 25. Draft a foil coalition relic if you can. Forever, Part 3.
That's right, everyone. We left off with a very exciting one.
Oh, yes.
Gravestorm.
Gravestorm.
On a single card in Future Sight, as the mechanics that have only been on a single card often are, happen in Future Sight. So it is, as the name suggests, it is like Storm, except it's counting not the number of spells cast this turn, but the number of cards. Oh, wait, the number of not just cards, but permanents put into a graveyard.
Wow.
I don't know how you get it to be more than one.
Gravestorm.
Gravestorm.
Some weird combo.
Wow. So here's the card that it's on. Bitter Ordeal. 2 and a black sorcery. Search target player's library for a card and exile it. Then that player shuffles his or her library. Gravestorm, when you cast the spell, copy it for each permanent put into a graveyard this turn. You may choose new targets for the copies. That's just weird.
Okay, so you're supposed to like get a bunch of stuff in your graveyard, Gravestorm them, and you're just take away all their good cards, I guess.
I guess. I mean, I don't foresee myself playing this.
Weird.
Well, I don't foresee myself playing Future Sight at any point.
According to Mark Rosewater, Gravestorm, quote, is unlikely to be reused.
That sounds correct. That sounds correct.
I love it because when the first time I saw this, I'm like, oh, Gravestorm, that's like some creepy, bizarre mechanic. And they're like, no, it's just storm for your graveyard.
But your graveyard.
Oh, well, all right.
Okay.
Sure.
For those of you who have not listened to the past 2 Mechanics Forever, one, why not? 2, this is just where we go through some of the weirdest mechanics.
Yeah. And we're like, oh, remember this? Or not?
Or not. All right, Transfigure.
Wow.
Okay.
I don't know. Like you cast it and you're able to, the card can be one thing or another thing.
That sounds good. I like that. Okay. Okay, so it's like Transmute apparently. But if it has to be in play, like the creature, the permanent with Transfigure is in play, and then it can go fetch a creature that has the same.
So Transmute is, for instance, just not a creature. So this is like creature version of Transmute?
I think so. So this is
also Future Sight.
This is also Future Sight, and according to Mark Rosewater, also unlikely to be reused.
Also only on one card so far.
Only on one card. Okay, Flesh Writher.
Yuck.
Oh boy. Ugh. 2 black for a 3/3. Transfigure 1 black. So it says you pay 1 black, sacrifice this creature, search your library for a creature card with the same converted mana cost as this creature, and put that card onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Transfigure only as a sorcery.
So yeah, that's exactly like Transmute, just a creature.
That's actually really cool.
I love it.
I really like this.
Why wouldn't you reuse it?
Maybe because it's weirdly complicated.
I guess. I don't know.
Honestly, I think that it's super sick.
And you know what? The thing that I said about being able to come into play as one thing or another thing is just something that's happened on cards and hasn't necessarily been a keyword. It's just like, oh, it's in fact on a card in Masters 25, which is like, this comes in as a 1/6 with Defender, or it comes in as a 3/3 or whatever.
Oh yeah, you like pick.
Yeah, but if that was actual mechanic, I mean, that would be a fun thing for a set, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This maybe they're worried about like if you have like a super sick bomb
Yeah.
Then you can just pick transmute creatures or transfigure creatures, with the same CMC.
And go get it.
And just you have like, imagine if you are playing limited, but instead of having 1 copy of Glorybringer, your opponent effectively has like 4 copies of Glorybringer.
Well, we did have technically 4 copies of Tetsamon.
That's right. We did
that
do that
one
draft once.
With Forerunner of the Empire. It was sweet.
Yeah, it was sweet.
Champion is our next mechanic.
Okay, I know a little bit about this one. Like from what I remember, as like when the card with champion comes into play, you can like champion quote unquote another card.
Sure.
But I don't know what happens to it.
It gets a bonus.
Does it?
I don't know. It gets your hanky.
It gets some flowers if it survives combat. Okay.
It's a keyword ability that allows you to upgrade 1 permanent into another, representing a powerful creature taking the place of another to fight in its stead.
What?
Oh, I get it.
Does that even mean?
So the king chose a champion to perform for him in the joust, so he didn't have to get hurt.
Okay, let's see. This is from Lorwyn.
Okay, that makes sense.
Reminder text: champion and object. Okay, let's see. I want to see an example. Okay. This is Thoughtweft Trio. 2 white for a 5/5 Kithkin Soldier. It's a great card. First strike, Vigilance.
Wow!
Okay, but wait, it does have Champion a Kithkin.
Okay.
When this enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless you exile another Kithkin you control. When this leaves the battlefield, that card returns to the battlefield.
It can block any number of creatures.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so basically it's saying like,
don't worry.
When it comes into play, you do have to exile.
Sacrifice.
You're not sacrificing it because it comes back.
Unless you exile it. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have to exile something with the correct type.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you do have a drawback, but like that's what you're doing in Lorwyn.
Yeah, but then if it goes away, like if the
then
champion creature dies, then the exiled one comes back, which is all right.
I'm into it.
It's cool.
I told Mark Rosewater that I wanted to go back to Lorwyn, so you better be listening to this, Mark. I meant it. That's cool. I would like to play with that.
Then we've got Reinforce.
So this is when you're building a deck. Someone else comes by and puts in a couple of really good cards.
That's called straight up cheating.
Oh,
This is not a mechanic.
Okay. Interesting.
Reinforce is when I don't even know. Gosh,
you build little wooden supports around your deck to make sure.
I was going to say it just means that when it goes into a card sleeve, you have to put another card in the sleeve with it, so that it's like reinforced.
And then when you play it, if you're like, oh, this isn't good for this situation, you just trade them out. And
trade them out. Yeah. Okay.
Reinforce.
These both seem very unlikely.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. Reinforce is an activated keyword ability. That functions only while the card is in the player's hand. This is also from Morningtide, which is Lorwyn block. By 2010, it was considered a design failure, says the article.
2010, the year we figured a lot of stuff out.
Hey, everybody, 2010. Oof. Reinforce.
Reinforce.
Okay.
Someone just woke up and they're like, Reinforce was a design failure. Sweating.
You guys, everybody.
Oh my gosh, I have to tell you about a dream that just reminded me that I had last night.
Okay. So here's the example. Mosquito Guard, white, 1/1 first strike, reinforce 1. 1 and a white, discard this card, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. So I think you can, so it has like a number again, so it's like reinforce N, and then N is the number of +1/+1 counters that will get put on the creature. Once you pay the cost and discard the card.
I wonder why it was considered a failure. It doesn't seem too terrible.
I don't know. That's a really good question.
Maybe it was too good? I don't know.
That seems unlikely.
Maybe just nobody... It's one or the other.
Yeah, maybe it's just that it was...
Nobody wanted to ever do it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, what if no one ever wanted to reinforce?
Yeah, could be.
It's just sort of like...
I just want a creature... Because how often do you want a creature versus a +1/+1 counter? I don't know. I don't know.
I think maybe it's just sort of like it's like, meh. Maybe that was it.
Okay, quick dream story of Maria waking up in a cold sweat.
Let's hear it.
I woke up from having this dream where I was in the new Mario game world.
Okay.
But it was owned by Disney.
Okay.
And there was a bunch of challenges you had to go through, which acted very much like the new Mario game, like jumping through things, navigating mazes, and grabbing a moon or whatever. And it was like a bunch of three-dimensional stuff you had to go through. And this woman with glasses was there at the end of most levels, like looking at you and writing down notes. Well, you got to this final room where there was a giant math equation on the wall, and she's like, solve this. And I'm like, oh my God, I have no idea what this answer could be. But then I looked down at the pen that was in my hand that I had been handed when I went into the room, which had the solution very small, like written on it. And I was like, and I went up to the board and I wrote it out, and she was like, excellent, you have passed the test, but I have one more test for you. Handed me the written test, which included lots of Disney movies and questions about them. And I'm like, look, lady, I know a lot of movies, but I'm not like a Disney movie expert. And she's like, just try your best. And one of the questions was specifically about RuPaul's Drag Race. And I was like, wow, I didn't know Disney owned RuPaul's Drag Race. And she's like, yes, we own a lot of things. And this test will find out if you're ready to be our new CEO. And I woke up really terrified because I didn't want to be Disney's new CEO. But I had solved the math problem.
Oh my goodness. That's so weird.
Why did this dream happen to me? Why?
I don't know.
Anyway, yeah, if you find yourself in that situation, now you know what it's all about.
What it's all about.
Beware.
Look for the pen with the answer written on it.
They really got people.
Wow. Yeah.
With that one. Anyway.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Conspire. That's what Disney was doing in my dream.
This is where one creature comes into play and it has to whisper something to another creature.
Hey, do you want to get in on this battle with me?
Yep.
Hey, do you want to kill the king?
Oh, this is actually kind of... Oh my goodness. I just love these lines. By 2010, it was considered a design failure.
All right. What do we got?
It's from Shadowmoor, which is also Lorwyn Block.
Nobody liked what they did in Lorwyn, huh?
Apparently. Conspire is a keyword ability that allows the spell played to be copied if you tap 2 untapped creatures that share a color with that spell.
Oh, so this is I remember this now because what Convoke it reminds me of.
Oh, yeah. So there's this one is Ether Toe, 3 and a hybrid white-blue. Instant, put target attacking or blocking creature on top of its owner's library. Conspire, as you cast the spell, you may tap 2 untapped creatures you control that share a color with it. When you do, copy it, and you may choose a new target for the copy.
Wow, I'd pay 6 for that.
Wow.
For that twice of that? Oh my gosh.
Well, it's not like you're not paying 6. You're paying 4 and tapping 2 creatures.
Yeah, man. I'm waiting.
I don't know. I feel like, okay, I don't think that I get why this is considered a failure, except maybe that it just it's not an interesting enough decision to be like it messes too much with the fundamental combat aspect of the game.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's true.
I don't know.
If you know,
but there's other stuff that does that.
Let us know why these are considered failures.
Yeah, if you have your opinion, tweet at MTAcast with failure question. Hashtag failure question.
Or just post in the comments of the video if you were around during Lorwyn and you remember why this was terrible or busted.
Yes.
Or whatever.
Same with reinforce.
Yes. Agree. Devour. Great name.
Yeah, great name.
I want to say I remember this from a cube or something. There was a creature, and if you devoured, then it came in with that many counters. It was like either it came in with 1/1s or you could devour them. Brood mother.
Oh, that I think I know. Wait, you're thinking of the one that we've had during our time, right? Which is like fabricate.
You're right. That is what fabricate is.
So you're thinking of fabricate. So this is, but that seems okay. So the way this works is devour.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure I've seen this in Momir. Continue.
Okay, so it's devour and then a number. Devour N. As this enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice any number of creatures. This creature enters the battlefield with that many +1/+1 counters on it.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you search Broodmother on Scryfall for me?
Yeah, of course.
Just because, like, what am I thinking of?
I don't know.
Anyway, Scryfall. Go there for all of your magic search needs. This has been a commercial for Scryfall.
Broodmother?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like a little goblin. Oh, Dragon Broodmother. Oh, it is Devour. That I was thinking of. I must have seen this in
At the
Momir.
beginning of each upkeep, put a 1/1 red and green dragon creature token with flying and Devour 2 into play. As the token comes into play, you may sacrifice any number of creatures. It comes into play with twice that many +1/+1 counters on it. All right.
Devour.
Cool. I get it. Because it's like it's eating the littler creatures so that it can be bigger.
Okay. Yeah. Into
There's
it.
nothing about this being considered a failure.
There is no evidence to suggest Devour was a failure. You know what I devoured?
What?
Calamari, cinnamon made calamari. Calamari made with cinnamon.
What?
Cinnamon flavored calamari that was cooked with cinnamon. I don't know how to say it. I ate it at a new restaurant yesterday, and it was really good.
What restaurant?
It's a new one in Linden Hills of Minneapolis called, it's a woman's name, Martina.
Oh.
And the service was very bad, but they had a great G&T, and also the cinnamon calamari was fabulous. Can't speak to the main because that wasn't great, but maybe their other stuff is. Anyway, the point is, I ate one of these little calamaris. Before I looked, I just put it on my fork and ate it, and then I looked down at the other ones, and it was full baby octopuses that had been. Yes. Yes. One of my greatest fears since a few years ago on a dare at a sushi restaurant, I ate one of those baby octopuses whole, and ever since that moment have regretted it and felt so disgusted by my actions.
Yes.
That I couldn't handle it, but I did it again yesterday and didn't realize it until I had already eaten it. And it was delicious. So, but there were other pieces on there that were just like the normal calamari, like circles or whatever that kind of look like onion rings. Yeah. So I ate those, but I left the ones that were literal shape of fried baby octopus.
Well, they were already dead.
I know. I couldn't bring myself to do it.
No, it's so sad.
Ugh. I don't want what I'm eating to be in the shape of what it was when it was alive.
Do you consider being a vegetarian?
That's all I'm asking. Yes, many times. I have a severe problem with it. I'm sure I would be one if before I ordered my steak, they showed me a picture of the cow that it came from.
I'm now going. Next time we go out to eat, I'm going to just pull up a picture of an animal before you order.
And you're like, this was Beatrice.
Yep.
Do you want us to eat it?
I'm gonna name the animal.
And then also my steak came in the shape of the cow that I'm eating.
This was a really sad and weird story.
I'm full of them today, I guess.
All right. Living weapon.
Living weapon.
We know what this one is.
Sure do. Batterskull.
I picked it because it's weird, but it's still one of my favorites, kind of.
It's very strange. I also love it.
It is so cool. So these are artifacts, equipment artifacts.
Yeah.
That when they come into play, you make a little germ token.
Germ.
A little germ token, a little 1-0 germ. So wait, no, it's just an 0-0 germ.
It's a 0-0.
It's a 0-0 germ. And so obviously, like it already has
It has to have something.
Yeah, it's attached to it.
The weapon automatically attached to the germ.
Exactly. So the germ does not die from state-based effects. And so, yeah, like if the germ dies, then you still have the artifact around.
Yeah,
Batterskull being one of the most iconic examples.
It's a great mechanic.
Yeah.
All for it. Flare Husk, another one.
Yeah, that's right.
I remember that.
So it's just, it's pretty cool.
I
don't know.
Really
There's
cool.
something
It's
about it that's
unique.
just like, it's very unique. I enjoy it. And so this is from New Phyrexia. It's from Mirrodin Besiege, and then obviously is again in New Phyrexia, because it is very like Phyrexian.
Oh yes.
Oh, we made these germs and we put big artifacts on them.
Creepy.
Yeah.
I'm in. The first GP Vegas that I went to, I got horrendously ill after, and got gifted a beautiful Maria being sick germ token.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
So I still have it. Thank you, by the way. And I will use it, and hopefully a living weapon comes back, and my germ can live on.
Soul Bond. We also know this one.
Yes.
Famously, just like
weird
and terrible, I think.
And used for many proposals.
Part of what people think made Avacyn Restored just bad.
Yeah.
Because it was just so good.
Very good.
It was just OP.
No drawback.
Yeah. So the way that Soul Bond works is that a creature has Soul Bond, and as it comes into play, you can bond it with another creature.
Boom, that's it.
And they both get some sort of ability.
It's so weird too. Like, what is the... I mean, you know what it's just like, oh, you put this in play, and then this and this other thing get something sweet.
Yeah. And I think the way it works is that they're paired, but then like if the creature that didn't have Soul Bond on it dies, when another creature comes into play, you can pair it up again. Yeah.
So it's a second marriage. Right.
Yeah.
I get it.
Dark and weird. So like this one, Wingcrafter, single blue, 1/1 human wizard, Soul Bond. You may pair this creature with another unpaired creature. When either enters the battlefield, they remain paired for as long as you control both of them. As long as Wingcrafter is paired with another creature, both creatures have flying.
Okay.
So like, you can just give flying to anything.
OP.
Like a Wolfear Silverheart.
Yeah.
Which is just a way to win a game.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Just too easy to be great, I think, is maybe a shorthand.
Maybe, like, I don't know. I think it could be potentially cool to see again. But I think it was just sort of one of those things where it's just like there was all this stuff going on in Avacyn Restored that didn't quite make it all tick. Like this paired with Miracles was just like, sometimes it was like, well, this game was a complete blowout.
Yeah. Oh, Miracle. We didn't talk about that one because most people know what that is.
Oh, that's right.
But if you don't,
Miracles.
Look it up. Busted. So here's one that's happened in our lifetime.
Yes.
Which
the
was
one that we picked that has happened in our Magic lifetime.
Weird do you remember when this first came out and you read it and you're like, I have no idea what that does?
Yes.
Yes.
Cipher. So this is from Gatecrash, and it is the Demir mechanic, the blue-black one. And so the way it works is that...
Should we just read the definition first?
Sure.
Because it's so bizarre.
Okay. Go for it.
Cipher. Okay, let me look at the a reminder text.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait, is there one?
There you go.
Okay. Cipher. You may exile this spell encoded on a creature you control. Whenever that creature deals combat damage to a player, its controller may cast a copy of this card without paying its mana cost.
Okay.
Because we were like, what does that mean? Encoded on a creature you control? Get out of town?
Yeah. And
it's a spell that's on a creature, and then you can...
yeah.
Table flip.
So basically, like, you cast it, but then it's like, you exile it, but you're like, hey, here's this creature I have on the battlefield. It is encoded on this creature.
Okay.
So if it deals combat damage, it'll do it again. But it's like you're like, it's not that when that creature deals combat damage, it's not like it has a little text box now that's like, when this creature deals combat damage, draw a card or whatever. It's like, when this creature deals combat damage, you're going to cast a literal copy of that spell.
Okay.
It was a weird one.
It was bizarre.
It was a weird one. In retrospect, like, I wish that I had known more about Magic when it came out, because I feel like I would have understood it better.
Oh, yeah. I remember ciphering. There was some good blue spell with Cipher that I don't remember what it was, but anyway, it was good. That's what I remember. Yeah, Cipher. So yeah, there you have it.
Hold on, I wanted to look through. So this links to a Mark Rosewater article about the Storm Scale Ravnica and Return to Ravnica, which is a tool that he uses that's about how likely a mechanic is to return.
Oh, okay.
Storm being the 10 on this scale.
As in it will never
come back. Basically never come back.
Storm, Dredge, Affinity.
Yep, Affinity for artifacts. Yeah.
Yes.
Or Affinity, yeah. So those are the three things that are level 10s.
Great. Agree.
Wow, this is actually fun now that we've talked about mechanics forever to look at this list.
Ooh, here we go. Level 6. We need to find the right place to bring it back, but I'm a little less optimistic. Devour, which we just mentioned. Ninjutsu, which we mentioned last episode. And Living Weapon.
Living Weapon. I would love to see it.
Cool.
Unlikely, but possible to return if the right environment comes along. Snow Mana. Retrace. Split Second.
I think Split Second's terrible.
I agree. Split Second we didn't talk about because who wants to talk about it? It's basically like a super instant where once it's on the stack, no one can cast anything until it resolves.
It's so dumb. Like, no. Don't mess with your timing of your instants and sorceries and whatever. Oh, super extra fast instant? Get out of here. That doesn't exist.
That's dumb.
No.
Oh, do you know what's kind of wild? So this article was written on May 2nd, 2016. And I'm just thinking about 8, it's unlikely to return, but possible if the stars align. And we have Madness in here.
Wow.
And
that was certainly back.
Which was back at the time, right?
I think so.
When was Shadows?
Shadows over Winnistrad.
Do you know what's so wild is that we can't remember?
I don't know. April
8th, 2016.
So yeah.
That's so wild. And so... All right.
So a level 1, in case you're wondering, is stuff like flying and death touch.
Yeah.
Obvious.
Level 3, cycling is on level 3.
Okay.
Which I love cycling. I want it to be level 1.
So morph is level 4.
Oh, I love morph.
Good.
Which is, we'll most likely do again.
Okay, great.
All right. Sweet. Okay. So let's see. I just want to see. So forecast.
Popularity, unpopular.
Unpopular. Oh no, so this is a storm scale 8. And we talked about forecast last time and how we liked it. We kind of liked it. Detain.
I love
this was
Detain.
RTR. We love Detain.
Oh, it's popular.
It was very popular, he says. 3. A rating of 3, so likely.
Yeah.
Transmute.
Okay, we just talked about
the other 9. It's a 9.
9?
Transmute, it's a 9.
Okay.
All right. Cypher! Here we go.
Popularity liked.
I
don't know if that's true.
Storm skill rating 9.
Yeah, it's hard to design and develop, and it wasn't popular enough to warrant all the hoop jumping we'd have to go through.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see. Hellbent we didn't talk about, but it's a good one to know because people still use it all the time.
It's like a term now.
Exactly, which just means you have no cards in hand.
No cards in hand. You get if your creature has a bonus or something, if you're quote unquote hellbent.
Yeah. But now people just use it to mean like, I've got no cards.
No cards.
It was once an actual mechanic. For the Rakdos Guild. Popularity, unpopular.
And that's why people would say heck bent if you have one card or fewer in hand.
Which is cute.
Cute.
Unleash. Popularity,
unpopular. Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? As a whole, players didn't like Unleash as it read as a downside mechanic. 100% disagree because it's an upside. You get a bonus and who needs to block? I don't want to block. Oh my God.
Wow.
Storm scale rating 4. Oh, thank God.
Everyone remember, Maria doesn't think that not being able to block is a downside to a creature. Not being able to block in Maria's world, all upside. You're not going to make the mistake of not attacking with it.
I mean, it gave you a cool decision, right? You had to decide if you want your creature to be sweeter and better on attacks or if you want to be able to block. Man, I have said it on this show before. Unleash is my favorite mechanic, and I'm just getting a little impassioned right now.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Blood Rush. We didn't talk about this, but this was from Gate Crash, which I remember, where you discard the card for a cost, and a creature gets +X+X, where
an attacking creature.
Yeah, an attacking creature. It's a 6.
Okay.
Convoke. Obviously, we've seen Convoke since then. That's a 3.
Yep.
Populate. One of my favorite mechanics.
Populate.
Popularity. Popular.
Yeah, excellent.
Storm skill rating 5.
5.
Oh. Orzhov. Haunt. We talked about Haunt.
Last episode.
Unpopular.
Yeah, makes sense.
Storm skill rating 9. 9.
Because it's effing bizarre.
Beautiful. It really is. Extort.
Oh, we've
talked about how much we love Extort. I love Extort.
We didn't talk about it on our weird mechanics episode because
we were just kind of like
great mechanic.
Exactly. Popular.
Yep.
Storm scale rating 6. All right. Replicate and Overload, which were the Is It ones.
Dredge.
Ooh, Dredge.
We know that's never coming
back.
Dredge is a
10.
It's one of my mechanics. I have a soft spot for it.
That's it. It's one of the most broken mechanics we've ever made. Yep. Yeah. Scavenge. A 4. Ooh, Boars. There's so many mechanics. Radiance. We didn't talk about radiance.
No, we didn't.
Let's see. Target creature and each other creature that shares a color with it get +1/+1 until end of turn. Why did we not talk about that?
I don't know. Design space.
That's a weird
it's hard
one.
to design cards.
Yeah.
With weird
Unpopular.
Yeah.
9.
It's hard to process. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Battalion. I remember this.
Yeah. 4.
I liked Battalion.
Simic has Graft originally, which is an 8.
Evolve. I loved Evolve.
We really liked Evolve. Yeah, 5. All right.
Very simple.
Anyways, that was a nice that was a nice little capper to this.
I liked that.
To look at all the Ravnica and Return to Ravnica storm scale ratings.
Cool. Well, there you have it. Parts 1, 2, and 3 of Mechanics Forever or Forever Mechanics, whichever one it was. I can't remember anymore.
Mechanics Forever or Forever Mechanics. I don't know.
GP Phoenix Modern.
That's right, everybody. We're just going to give you a snappy recap.
Yeah.
Because a snap cap.
Whoa, jinx.
Because there were, as we mentioned, 8 different decks.
Yeah.
And Steve Locke, who won GP Minneapolis, won this one.
So this is crazy because Steve Locke has only played in 2 GPs this season.
And he won both.
Of them.
Just casually, strolled in, won it.
I think I'll go win a GP this weekend.
This one he won with humans.
Yep, strong deck.
In the top 8, we also had a red-green Eldrazi.
With Bloodbraid Elf.
Yes. Everyone's returning friend.
Yeah, and you've been Ancient Stirrings?
Yeah, Ancient Stirrings and Noble Hierarch to help with the ramp.
Cool.
And it also has, for the red end, it has Eldrazi Obligator. This is one that for 2 and a red, when you cast it, you can pay 1 and a colorless. And if you do, it has the gain control of a creature effect.
Cool.
Which is pretty cool. I'm not a huge fan of Eldrazi in Modern.
Whoa.
I know. What a bold statement. But this deck is I'm interested in where this is coming from.
Looks like a lot of good value. Solid deck.
Exactly. And it's not like the straightforward colorless, like the what's the word? Like the Eldrazi Tron.
Yeah.
It's very different from that.
Oh, yes. But it does still play Thought Not Seer, just in case you're wondering.
Of course. And Reality Smasher. Wait, does it? Yeah, there's obviously 4 Reality Smasher. Then we had Green and Taxes. Just a terrible name for this deck.
Green and Taxes. This must be what Wesco was playing last Vegas, similar to that, which is a green-white.
Was it green-white?
It was.
It was?
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember.
Was it?
Yes.
It was?
It was, in fact. Craig,
what?
We know this is your favorite TV show, so tell us if we're wrong.
What?
You could.
Was it?
He was top 8, so you can look it up. Vegas 20 last Vegas
was
last.
He?
Oh my god. I'm pretty sure he was.
Was he?
If you don't know what the joke I'm making about this being his favorite TV show was, at the Magic Online Championship, they did a little survey and they said, what's your favorite TV show? And some people wrote Gossip Girl and some people wrote other things.
Did they?
Yes. And Craig Wesco wrote Magic the Gathering.
This is just a moment of me being like, what?
Was he?
Huh?
Was it?
Okay. Hold on.
This is funny to look at what it was last year.
It really is. Oh, there was a lot of burn.
There it is.
Green, white, hit. Wow, you're right. Boom! Which, by the way, is the correct name for this deck.
Yes.
I don't know who
went
on to call it Green and Taxes, but I am not okay with it. And I will be writing a strongly worded email to someone about this. Not okay.
Tate Donovan.
Anyways, so green, white, hate bears.
Yep.
Classic archetype.
Tron. Which Tron is this?
Just regular Tron.
Regular
some
Tron.
Karns, some Eugenes, some Emrakuls.
Sylvan Scrying. Classic.
Bring to Light Scape Shift.
Barf.
Yeah. Well, 2 Jace the Mind Sculptors.
Oh, wow.
Which is pretty sweet. Which Bring to Light can go and get. Wait, no, it's creature, instant, or sorcery, not a planeswalker. Still pretty sweet.
Wow, Matt Nass.
Yeah. Clark Clan Ironworks combo made it in.
That's crazy to me.
It really is. This deck just goes wild.
This deck is bizarre.
It is very strange.
I mean,
it makes a lot of mana and kills someone with either no, this doesn't even have Walking Ballista in the main. This one has a Hangerback Walker.
Okay.
Or an Emrakul the Eon's Torn.
Wow.
Aeons?
That's cool.
Wow. Weird.
Clark Clan
Ironworks. And then we had the Bant Nightfall.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Jund. Wow.
That's
really
cool.
Like the nice little set, the nice little assortment.
Very diverse.
Pretty cool. And showing that, like, you know, some people, after the Modern Pro Tour was successful and like it wasn't dominated too much by any one deck, people are like, oh, you're gonna go and stir it up with unbannings. Like, what if that makes it really lopsided? But like so far, it just seems like they were right. They were like, there's room for these two cards to come back, and they're not going to completely take over Modern. At least so far, they're not.
So far, so good.
Yeah, they're just doing their thing, shaping up Modern. Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
It's time for Flavor Text Theater movie pitches featuring Masters 25.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Nice.
I'm excited. So we're going to pitch each other some movies. And, oh, that's a foil in this set. Our token is a whale.
Oh, look at this 6/6 whale. When this creature dies, create a 9/9 blue Kraken creature token.
I'm going to mix these up.
What makes this token?
I don't know.
Wow.
No clue, actually.
I'm going to try and find it.
So, obviously, the sweet cards that we open from this, along with any Flavor Text Theaters we play in the month, go into our monthly giveaway, our monthly Gleam giveaway that you can enter by being a YouTube subscriber, a follower on Twitter, or visiting our Facebook page.
Oh, hold on, I found it.
Reefworm?
3 and a blue, Reefworm. This is a rare. When Reefworm dies, create a 3/3 blue fish creature token with when this creature dies, create a 6/6 blue whale creature token with when this creature dies, create a 9/9 blue Kraken creature token.
Cool.
That's kind of great.
I'm into Reefworm.
That's hilarious to me.
Don't ever kill it.
Okay.
All right. There we go.
Okay.
Pitch each other movies or TV shows based on these cards.
Ooh. I already got our rare.
Did you really?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh. Okay, so my movie is set in a dystopian future because obviously. And in this dystopian future, you are supposed to always be asleep. Like you hook yourself up to a machine and you go to work and you work for the, future terrible government. As you're asleep in this machine, and you're just able to work 24 hours a day because, quote unquote, you don't ever need to sleep because you're always asleep. So they're like harvesting your consciousness or whatever to do whatever they need to do.
Ooh, but this is a little like the Matrix.
This is very Matrixy. Okay. But there's some rebels, of course, that are able to break out of their sleep comas and try and save the world from this future state. But it's very difficult because most people are asleep. Anyway, if you're caught, and people are caught, of course, in the beginning of the movie, they are put into the center of town and put into the stocks and hooked up to the stocks and forcibly kept asleep, but constantly in a nightmare.
Oh my gosh!
It's called Pillory of the Sleepless.
That is terrifying.
This would actually be a movie. It's also kind of Inception-y.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's great. That's great. All you need to do is you need to walk into a movie studio and be like, hear out this pitch. Inception meets The Matrix.
And they're like, here's your money. All right.
Awesome. Okay, so mine is about this like windswept town at the top of some hills.
Great.
And everyone in this town is always told, like, people come in to trade with them, but no one ever goes out because they're told like life beyond this town is terrifying, right?
Oh,
like it's not safe out there. Yeah. And they live by a river. And one day, a kid who's always bullied she gets thrown into the river and gets carried down, and it turns out that there's a giant waterfall right off the edge of town. Ooh. And she falls down the waterfall but is rescued by people at the bottom of the waterfall. And she learns, hey, that the world out here isn't actually scary. That's something that we're being told in our town to be kept in by whoever's running it, so that we never want to leave. So she leads a whole rebellion to go and free her town, to be like, look, the world out here isn't scary. It's actually awesome. It's called Cascade Bluffs.
I love it. My card is actually the Magic movie. And, you know, which was reportedly being made. Question mark.
Sorry. I'm just thinking of the dumbest pitch for my next one. Okay. So go for it.
This is going to be very short. And I've decided what it's going to be about. It's going to be about Chandra and her spark igniting and her first adventures. Chandra's outrage. Oh, nice. That's when her spark goes off.
Okay, so this is a movie about a bunch of like foxes and weasels who love to raid chicken coop.
Ooh, is this like Fantastic Mr. Fox style?
Yeah, exactly. Yes, okay. Except none of them ever really learned how to pronounce things correctly. So they're always just kind of doing their own approximation of human language, which isn't quite right.
Because they also don't have lips or cheeks.
Yes. And so instead of calling them eggs, they think that they're called ergs. It's called ergrators.
What the heck is that card? Oh, ergrators. It really is.
Yeah. At the beginning of your end step, if ergrators didn't attack this turn, ergrators deals 2 damage to you unless it came under your control this turn. It's a 2/3 for 1 and a black.
Huh. Cool. I like the art.
Yeah, it's nice.
This movie is about somebody who learns. I do so many movies that are like The Giver because I love that book growing up. But it's a child who grew up in a family of mages or witches and has to assume the family business. And in this witch family, you're either born into a caster or a catcher. And somebody who's a caster casts all the spells, and somebody who's a catcher is responsible for when those spells go awry, you need to essentially absorb them and deal with the negative consequences. Yeah, so it's like
sucks.
You're like a revered person in the family or the village or whatever, but at the same time your life is terrible because you have to like deal with all this negative magic that's being inflicted upon you or other people that goes wrong.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of the story of a girl who grows up as a catcher, and she has all these terrible things happen to her until one day she decides to catch a good spell to try and reverse her fortune. Curse catcher.
Oh, curse catcher. That's so sweet.
That's kind of cool.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
I love it.
I would watch that.
Yeah. This is exactly the plot of Elf, except instead of going into the big city, he goes into a forest and he thinks that his dad is a tree.
Oh,
it's called
yeah.
Arbor Elf.
My movie is about somebody who wants to be the Hulk in real life because they love reading the Hulk comic book so much. And they find a potion that grows them. Giant growth.
Perfect. Okay, so this one is about a kid who loves being part of spelling bees, but he's not any good at it.
Oh,
like he's just
sad.
he's not a great speller, you know, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So he's always trying to become a better speller, but he just keeps letting his team down, and they're all so mad at him that they start mispronouncing his name.
Oh, rude.
But it's all about mispronunciations today. Just to like be like, oh, Neil, but like you can't even spell your name right, so we're gonna call you Niall. And he always bombs the spelling bee. It's Niall Spellbomb.
Oh, Niall.
Yep.
My card is our foil. And what it is there's a deck of playing cards that's sentient. And the Jack of Hearts, we'll say, is on this playing cards. No, it can't be the Jack of Hearts. Okay, so they're all face cards in this scenario.
Okay.
And the ace is really cool and wants to go to swordsman school to learn how to be the greatest swordsman of all. And everyone's like, you can't, you're not a face card. Okay, this is how it worked. You're not a face card. You're not the king, queen, or jack. So why don't you just get back in the deck and be the low end of our stupid card deck? And the ace is like, no, I can be really great. And goes off to sword school and wins the Olympics in fencing. Fencing ace.
Yes. Yes. Perfect. Okay, so this one is about this is like a world where there's a bunch of bounty hunters that go from the cities because there's a lot of land. There's like the cities, which are safe, but all of the countryside is like pretty wild and overgrown and is like traversed by like demons and monsters. And like social outcasts, essentially.
Love it.
And then there are bounty hunters whose job it is to go get people who have broken the law and tried to escape into the Badlands. They try and go like capture them and bring them back for justice. But because it's so important, they stake their lives on it. So if they don't bring back someone that they say that they would, they get cursed. And so this is about a bounty hunter who gets cursed because he tried to go find someone. And he had a change of heart at the last moment. So he comes back without them and he's transformed into a giant bat. And so now this bat is he's a giant bat who's out there trying to find the person to bring them back this time because he decided that it's not worth it. It's called Blood Hunter Bat.
Wow. That's great. Revenge, bounty hunter revenge. All right, my story is kind of a sad one. So it's about the theory of guardian angels always being there to protect you. And there's this one that protects this little boy, but it's a bird. It's a giant bird that protects him throughout his life. And we see him growing up with this bird who gets him out of close calls or whatever because the bird is there. He gets to know the bird, which is where it diverges from reality, more or less. And they become great friends, but realizes that, you find out through the course of the movie, he's kind of growing up with this sort of handicap of having this bird who's always getting him out of messes. And one day the bird dies in some kind of accident where it sacrifices itself for the boy, and the boy must learn to move on for himself and save his own self in the world. Griffin Protector.
Oh,
Griffin
so
Protector.
sad.
Coming of age.
This is the sequel to The Revenant, where Leonardo DiCaprio's character is haunted by that bear. It's called Phantasmal Bear.
Oh, great. This I'm sure we've had it up because I'm pretty sure we made the joke because it's another spelling bee joke where the winning word to spell is counter. Counter spell.
Yeah, I feel like that is. Okay, so this one is. So this one is a company that manufactures like a supplement that makes you feel great and gives you tons of energy. Decides that having like 5-minute, like TV infomercial ads isn't enough. They're gonna make a full-length movie about their own supplement called Invigorate.
Not seeing it.
It's just an hour. It's an hour and a half of what the person who just had some Invigorate can now do with their day.
The future of marketing. All right, this one is our final card, and it's about a woman. This is going to be set in Japan back in the day, and she needs to wear something really beautiful for her wedding day. And she goes to a wise woman in the village who is like, I'll make you the most beautiful wedding dress of all, but there will be a price. And she's very haughty. She doesn't care. She wants the best and most beautiful dress of all, and it doesn't matter. And the woman makes her a dress, and she says, what do you want it to be like? And soft and as beautiful as a cloud. Well, all right. Makes her the dress, puts it on for the wedding day, and sure enough transforms into a cloud who must observe her own wedding and can never be a part of the world again except for raining, which is her tears of being too full of hubris. Anyway, it's called Cloud Shift.
Sad. Sad and weird today.
That's more like a tale.
We were real sad and weird.
We had some good ones though. I think.
We did. I agree.
Call us, movie studios.
We'll put these movies up on the big screen where they definitely deserve to be. Who doesn't want to see the sequel to The Revenant?
Phantasmal Bear.
Phantasmal Bear.
Hey everybody, time out to thank Ultra Pro, one of the sponsors of Magic the Amateur.
That's right. Do you know what I held in my hands this week?
What?
A beautiful M25 playmat from Ultra Pro.
Oh yeah.
So if you're looking at these Masters 25 cards and you're like, where can I get some of this sick stuff? On on a playmat, Ultra Pro is the place to go. We've got
you've got them behind you.
Yeah.
Azusa, Lost But Seeking. It's beautiful. Which one's this one?
This one. I'm trying to remember.
It's like a angel.
This is the angel, right? Which angel is this?
I don't know. It's gold and she's attacking with ferocity.
I don't know.
Anyway, it's really pretty.
It's beautiful.
And so you can buy these on ultrapro.com or cardkingdom.com/MTAcast. They've got Ultra Pro stuff in their store.
That's right.
So it all just comes together. Get out there and support Ultra Pro. And big thanks to them for sponsoring Magic the Amateuring. Well, everybody, that's this episode of Magic the Amateuring. Thanks so much for coming along, and big thanks to our sponsors, Card Kingdom, Ultra Pro, and of course, the most important, you, everybody who's a patron on patreon.com/MTAcast.
That's right. Don't forget to start teaching a new player to play using that Magic 101 series out every Monday, and also tweeting at us with your adorable and incredible pictures of new players with the hashtag New Player Month.
Yes.
We're so excited to give away some of these rookie decks and these sweet play mats to all the people out there who are just figuring out what Magic is and where they fit into it. It's such a great journey.
If you have a child and you're thinking, what should I name them? Consider naming them Magic the Game or the Game of Magic.
Or the Game of Magic.
Like we were named.
Yes,
and,
exactly.
And then might come out for them.
Exactly. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
Bing! Heads.
Tails.
Which one will it be?